Hi everyone, so today I'm testing the new Makeup Revolution stick foundation. These did release a few months ago, but I'm finally trying it today. And honestly, typically there has been no stick foundation that I've truly loved. I don't know if it's just because I have dry skin or whatnot, but I don't really typically like to use stick foundations. I like to stick with liquid foundations. But so here is the packaging. It comes in like this matte finish, obviously the typical stick foundation. I really like it. It has like a soft like matte pink and then like a rose gold, which I think is very luxe and it's really nice. Here is the amount that you get in the stick foundation. Obviously you don't get as much as you would in a liquid foundation, but that's pretty typical in stick foundations because they're supposed to be much more concentrated, so that you're supposed to use less product. But what I like about stick foundations, well, at least the thought behind it, is that it's easier to travel and it's really easy to apply all over your face. So this stick foundation retails for $9. You can find it at Ulta. That's where I picked it up. So I actually went into the store, and what's really neat is that Ulta actually had testers. So I actually picked up 3 different shades, but I picked up F6 and F8 for my foundation, and I also picked up F13, which is obviously much deeper, but I picked up F13 because I want to try it as like a bronzer or a contour. Okay, I do have my moisturizer on. That's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch F6 on my face. Ooh, it glides on really easily. And then next is F8. This one definitely is a little bit deeper. So there's F6 and F8, and it looks like F8 is gonna work better. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put F8 all over my face. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out with my brush. I always like going in brushes. My favorite right now is the LUXIE 530 Flat Top Kabuki. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out. I think that the foundation is very creamy. It seems like there is a lot of oil in it, so that really did blend out super easy. I really like it. It is very creamy, but I will say just with the first layer, it's more of a medium coverage because I could still definitely see a lot of my skin underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead and just to kind of see how it builds up, I'm gonna go ahead and put on another layer of foundation. So this is 2 layers of the stick foundation, and honestly it looks super good. Like, it's so creamy. It was so easy to blend out. For first impressions, I think this might be like my favorite stick foundation I've ever tried. Still think it's a medium coverage. I don't think it's a full coverage. I do see that it is clinging, or like it's emphasizing some dry areas, but nothing that's too pronounced. It's very little. Like, I'm gonna continue and I'm gonna go in with the shade F13. This is much deeper, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to contour this. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. small stipple brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just blend that out. Why I don't ever cream contour, because I feel like I always overdo it, or it just looks way too dark and I'm kind of scared. But I'm gonna go in with some F8 over it and see how that looks. Carve out underneath. Okay, so I'm gonna use the BH Cosmetics 136 brush, and I'm gonna just go ahead and try to cut that out. So I'm continuing with the Makeup Revolution brand, and I'm gonna use the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. I did pick up the shade C6. This is not first impressions. I have tried this before and I really do like the formula. Use the Real Techniques Complexion sponge, and I'm just gonna blend it out. And then I'm gonna just set my my concealer with the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. If you haven't seen my first impressions on the ColourPop No Filter Foundation and the powders, the pressed and this loose powder, I'm gonna go ahead and link it up in the cards for you so you guys can also check out that video. And then I'm just gonna set the rest of my face wherever I place the concealer down. For me, like, see, I'm doing this and I do see that the foundation and what I'm using for as the bronzer, it does come off pretty easily. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and set my bronzer down. For bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my ColourPop pressed powder bronzer, and this is in the shade, I think, Afternoon Delight. I believe that's what it is. I feel like my bronzer is like a little bit too much, so I'm gonna further cut it out with the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use the Complexion sponge from Real Techniques and just kind of cut it out. Like a natural matte, where I know that it's matte, more matte than it is satin, but it's not super matte, if that makes sense. I do see, like I said, some of my dry patches, and I do see like my smile lines and my forehead, but it looks good for a stick foundation. I think this is the first ever stick foundation, that first impressions, that I think looks nice. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face, and then I'm gonna go ahead and wear it for the entire day, and I'll give you guys a final check-in. Hi everyone, so I just want to show you guys what the foundation looked like in natural lighting, because obviously I usually record with studio lighting, and I just want to show you guys what it looks like in natural lighting, and honestly it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I really like it. It looks really nice. Very like it is like a very like soft matte finish, and I think it's holding up pretty good. I do notice that, like I said, it was kind of getting in my fine lines a little, but not too bad. I'm hoping that as the day goes by, it melts in with my face and my facial oils much better. And so yeah, so this is just the first check-in, and it looks pretty good. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in a few hours. Hi everyone, I'm back for the final check-in. So first of all, I really like that it glides on super easy, and it's lasted throughout the entire day. I mean, take into account I didn't really go anywhere, I didn't really do anything, but today was a very hot day, so I just stayed in my house the entire day. I don't know if you guys can see, but I do feel like I am more glowy now because of my oils, my natural oils that are peeping through and finally kind of mixing with the foundation. And I think that's one thing that makes the foundation look even better, in my opinion. I feel like if you have oily skin, you're probably not going to like this, because at the end of the day, you're probably going to look very greasy and oily, because I feel like you already start off with something that's very creamy, and I feel like it's kind of, I don't want to say oily, but it definitely has a lot of oils in it, because I feel like for me, it's moisturizing and it glides on super easy, blends out effortlessly, but I can already tell, like, even myself, like, I look glowy compared to when I first put down the foundation. So if you're interested in this foundation, I think definitely think about, if you have oily skin, maybe go in with like a mattifying primer. If you have dry skin like me, you probably will like this. Alright, so that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!